Good morning, people. I come to you with some really sad news, which is what I'm making the video about. You know Tiny Pop? You probably don't know because it's quite an obscure channel. They're shutting it down, which reminds me of this video I really wanted to make, but couldn't be bothered to make it, so I'm gonna make it now. Fuck. I messed up there, but we'll be getting into the video now soon when I stop waffling. Listen, it's really sad because, you know, Tiny Pop's been around for like 20 years. I'm not going to go through the entire history because there are way better videos, which I'll probably link in the description. But this is basically just, this video is probably just going to be about like TV channels that are now defunct that I used to watch as a child. So stuff like citv, rest in peace, and others. So, hey, we'll get into the video now. I'm holding my thumb up, but you can't see because I'm not using my webcam. The first TV channel we're going to be talking about in today's video is one that I hold very deep. Wait, no, not deep. Pause. Dear to my heart. Kicks. Now this is one that not many of you younger viewers will not understand, or people who grew up with the internet, or people who don't live in the UK, or didn't have Kicks in their region for some reason, even though it was nationwide. But this was a certified classic channel, bro. I probably shouldn't have been watching Kicks when I was the age I was watching that, because it's supposed to be for like 12-year-olds and over. But I was 4 when I started watching this. Well, no, not 4, about 2. But don't tell the police. They won't be very happy. So Kicks at the start mostly focused on like action shows and other stuff that teenagers thought was cool and stuff, right? At the time. But then, I'm never gonna forgive Sony for this as well, because they bought the rights to the trifecta of channels that Kicks is in, with Tiny Pop and Pop, the most popular of the trio. They shifted Kicks' focus to more comedy shows, which really depends on your stance on like fart jokes and stuff. But younger me was actually alright with this, I can't lie. And they still had some action shows, but they dialed it down. Like, you know, you didn't have your no, they still had Power Rangers. They still have the rights to Power Rangers, by the way, which is kind of weird considering like you'd think they'd have completely lost it to Netflix, but that's alright. You didn't have your like Total Drama Island, which is a comedy show. I can't name an action show that kicked out on after. They didn't have your Oh No, It's an Alien Adventures and stuff like that, right? Invasion. Okay, I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I'm not even tired like my previous video. But anyway, I think the Operation Kick started a lot later than the other two channels. I think 2008. It might have been 2010 though. It used to have this like green design, which I actually think is kind of cool and kind of focused more on rock and roll and shit. And also like aired shows like Digimon and Batman, and there were other shows, but I can't remember off the top of my head because I wasn't alive in 2008. Don't tell the police. But around like 2014-ish, this is like around the year I started watching Kicks big time. Oh, bro, it brings back so much nostalgia every time I hear it. And I can still do the announcer for this reband's voice perfectly. I'm sorry, I burped. But I'm not gonna do an impression until like probably later in the video. But this rebrand, it had like more of a blue, but also leaned into green and red. At this point in the video, I'll probably edit in like an image of what that logo looked like, but I can't believe they took this from us. It's actually evil that they did, and they didn't even do what they're doing now, where they're like bringing them to like streaming services. They just rebranded it to, and I'll edit in the SpongeBob Foghorn noise. You know the one. Pop Max, man. I don't. Why did they do this? Anyway, I'll talk about some of the shows that I watched on Kicks. Now, as you know, I am a bit of an Inazuma 11 aficionado. That's where I discovered this show, on Kicks. I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes of it, and I forgot about it, and then I remembered it when I was like 9. But don't tell people because they'll be very, very confused. Um, and I remember watching Oh No, It's an Alien Invasion. That was a really good show. 1 episode of Garage Band, literally one, and I'm still enamored with the show to this day, even though I've only ever watched 1 episode. Um, what else did they have? What else? What else? What else? What else? Power Rangers. They of course had Power Rangers. You know, action shows. You know, like you had all the Disney era classics like Dino Thunder, and they also ran another channel under the Kicks name, Kicks Power, which literally only aired Power Rangers. That was sick. I don't know if I was alive at the time, but it was sick because I'm pretty sure they brought it back afterwards, and that was really cool. So they brought it back during my lifetime, and it was actually really cool. But they could never do this anymore because whoever currently owns Pop, Tiny Pop, and Pop Mac sucks for some reason and can't seem to do anything right. If you've seen the state of Pop Play, you know. And the roster of shows is not looking too good, I can't lie to you. So Kicks was mostly focused on like boys and stuff. So for those girly girls of around the same age, you know, you didn't have really much other than like Barbie occasionally on Pop. So they had a solution. They had a solution. Pop Girl, and now I'm never gonna hear that Pop Girl is better than Kicks, but you know I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal, but it's just not my kind of thing because I'm a dude, not a girl, so I wouldn't really like most of the shows there, except Totally Spies. That was actually pretty good. Totally Spies is actually a classic, and I still like that show to this day. But that's not the point of the video. So I think in 2017, 2018, I'm gonna have to look this up. I'll edit it in whether or not I was right. They did something that really made me sad. I did not like this shit. I'll drop my water bowl. Thank God it was closed. But anyway, they took Kicks away from us in like 2018 or something, 2017 or something like that. Maybe 2019. I can't remember. And they're actually doing pretty good with Pop Max for a bit, like for like 2 days. You know, they had Pokemon, that's where I discovered Pokemon Black and White specifically, which is why I am going to defend that one till I die. You know, everyone else in the community hates it. And now, listen, I was planning another video, which I'm not going to say much about. I'm not going to do it, because turns out all the characters I'm going to include in them are younger than me, but listen, this show, Nate is late, bro. They had that on Pop Max and also Pop, you know, surprisingly. But it's just not. No, it is it though. It was actually a really good show. It was like about this kid and his neighbor who'd always get into shenanigans on their way to school and be late. And then like, listen, French televisions. Now listen, as someone who lives in the UK, we don't really like French people usually, but you know, we can come to an arrangement. Listen. Front televisions certified, say. But damn, I've been talking for 7 minutes. I think we have to go on to the next channel now. But listen, my love for Kicks will never die. And please, please, Pop, I'm begging you, bring it back. Bring it back. I've not seen a single video begging for this, but all your problems will go away. All your problems if you just brought it back. If you just brought Kicks back, you didn't even have to bring some of the shows back because I mean half of them were imports, so you could even do that anyway. Oh yeah, I also watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal on Kicks. I've never watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Afterwards, but listen, pretty good show. I can't lie. Shit. Listen, if you brought back Kicks, it would fix all your problems. Because if you've seen Pop's show roster. Now, I went on Pop Player like a week yesterday, just for some research to see what I'm working with now if I want to get back into watching Pop and stuff like that. Nah, bro, they've got some furry show on there now. Like, it's literally like a furry, and they've got like YouTube, and they get all like the most irrelevant YouTubers. No offense to Dennis and them, man. They get them on some show. and interview them. I've literally never seen the show, but I can imagine it's just a YouTube video, but slightly more expensive and slightly higher budget. Anyway, nah, but I can't drop the furry show. What is this, Pop? No, we're not doing this. Who even owns Pop? Let me just look this up real quick. I can't look this up because I'm recording the audio right now. But nah, I'm gonna flash it up. But no, you can't be out here doing this. Why? Why? And then don't even get me started on Kung Fu Soccer. The almighty disappointment that is Miraculous Ladybug. And oh no, you know what? As well. They literally only air one show, and that's Total Drama. Like, not even a decent. It's like an alright show, I guess, but that's literally all that they air. The last time I checked, like, it was the entire day just Total Drama. Can you make it make sense? Really, being real. But anyway, we've got to move on to the next one now. See ya. So the next channel we're going to look over, and probably the last, because I can't be bothered to think of any others, is citv. Now this one will be more familiar to people, more familiar to the masses, because this one shut down very recently. Rest in peace. And unlike Sony, they actually did the right thing and just took it to streaming services. It's now ITVX Kids, but I can't be bothered to check it out. So to me, it just doesn't exist anymore. Rest in peace. Now there were lots of shows I really used to enjoy, like Thunderbird, which I just remembered right now. That was a really good show. Nerds vs Monsters. I'm not gonna find images for these shows because I also can't be bothered. I did, didn't I? There was also this other show where there was like teams who had to complete obstacle courses, and I couldn't remember the name of it for the life of me until like yesterday when I looked it up, curious, and turns out it's called Fort Boyard. I think it was like a military show or something. But yeah, that's mostly it. The other shows like Scooby Doo, a lot of Warner Brothers shows. There was also the Amazing World. Was it Amazing World or was it like Adventures of Dave Spud or something like that? Yeah, a lot of Cartoon Network shows surprisingly. Um, but like they shut it down in like the most insensitive way they probably could have gone about it. With like, oh yeah, they also had the Mr. Bean animated show. That was really good. Well, the first season was really good. We don't talk about season 2 and 3. We don't. Um, but yeah, that's about everything I wanted to say. So, see ya, maybe, if I remember to upload another video. If I even go through with this video. Anyway, see ya.